everybody? KJ Wiggums back with another episode on Westby, Wisconsin. This is Saving Pat's Farm. How is everybody doing? Alright, let's jump into things. So, we are on March, day 1. We are sitting with $19,000 in the bank. We have ourselves a load that we are running up here to the feed store to sell off. And if you actually look down there, we have some honey. So, there's some things on the farm that I want to show off. Some things that we have expanded over the winter, especially while I didn't record, I guess, and the cameras were off and everything like that. So we're going to go over that stuff when we get back. We're going to get this stuff sold first, which brings us in $3,546 with a 404 environmental score. That is perfect. We're going to jump in. We're going to pay the loan off real quick. All right, so that's paid off. What we're going to do is we're going to head back to the farm, and then I will bring you guys back in, and we'll go over everything once we're there. Alrighty, so we are back at the farm, and I am just unloading the trailer. I want to get in here. Easy, bud. Wow. Get in here, park up the Ford, and then we will take a look around and see some of the things that has changed on the farm over this winter. I've told you guys for a while that I've had some changes coming, and I think we're finally there with a lot of it. As you can see, first and foremost, maybe if you even recognize this stuff, I put new gravel down all over the entire walkway and drive paths of the farm. Not a huge thing, but, you know, it dresses the area up and makes the area look a whole lot nicer. Now, one of the big things that we got put in was down here. We've been talking about this for a while. This is a little dairy that we are going to try to do here on the farm to make our milk work for us a little bit more. So instead of hauling the milk off this month and making money, which is going to hurt a little bit, because we are going to lose out on that $5,000 right away, we're going to take the milk this month and we're going to put it in here, and we're going to make ourselves some butter. So that's something new, and that's something we're going to be trying on here. Let's see what's next. Let's go back this way, and we'll check out these two things back here first. So first and foremost, you know, I've been posting about it on Facebook for a while, but I finally got it put in. This is our hammer mill. In here we're going to take all of our corn and turn it into cornmeal, and then we'll be able to come out here, get it, and ferment it in our ag bags when I buy that. I haven't bought that yet. So, not quite there yet. Haven't gotten to that point, but this is our hammer mill for turning our corn into raw CCM to feed our cows. As you can see, I did expand this area to make it a little bit more wider for turning around when we use that silo that we have the soybeans in, and also now for when we use our hammer mill. We've extended our road back here. We've talked about this, but I have ended it, right here for now. It doesn't go past this, but we put ourselves in a beehive. I have two ideas for this. One, it's going to help bring in some extra money. And two, it'll help pollinate our field, so it should give us a bonus on our yield as well. So that will be really nice also. Let's see, where to next? We will go back up this way because I know it's already shown up, but I'll be able to explain what it is. Now down here, we have our, well, hold on, let me figure out how to do this. We'll come in like this, so don't give any more away. We have our molasses tank. This is going to be for our cows. And this is just one more thing that we are going to be feeding them, just to help to sweeten up the forage for them a little bit better, which I think is a nice add-on to that. So we'll get our molasses out of there and, you know, feed our cows. We did get all of our soybean straw picked up and put in here. That's coming along nicely. We're definitely going to need more, and definitely going to need more hay. We are slowly running out of that, and we still got some cows to feed, but with getting rid of those Angus, it has helped a lot with preserving this, because I don't have to feed all of them. Now, I think for me, one of my big things that I really am excited about is we got our cows down here. We had 5 births. So we have 5 calves out of those. We expect another 20, I think in 3 or 4 months. We'll be having another 20 coming in, so that's going to be nice. But with that, we now have a calf barn. Up here is where we are keeping all of our calves on the farm. We got ourselves the Joshkins trailer to transport the calves from there to up here. I didn't think using the big trailer really made a lot of sense, so we picked this up. It was pretty cheap. We also got the Parker gravity wagon I talked about in yesterday's video. Oh, and I walked right past this too. We got this Anderson automatic bale grab, whatever you want to call it, the RBM 2000 by Anderson. I got it on sale. It's got a couple hours on it and some damage, but not a whole lot. But yeah, with the amount of bales we're doing now, this thing, I did all winter picking up all of these bales and everything with our little homemade trailer we had, and it just took forever. So after I was done doing all the, soybean straw, I was like, well, I'm not doing that anymore. This ended up in the store for sale, and it was like half off, a little more than half off, I think. And I copped us one of those. I had the money, and I wanted to spend it to expand the farm as much as possible. But up here, like I said, we have our calf barn up here. And inside of here, we have baby calves. Come out here and eat. Look at the little calves. Oh, we got 5 of them up here right now. Super excited for all of this. That makes me so excited about these calves. Big shout out to Farmer Brown and Schultz for helping out with that. I truly appreciate you guys helping out with that, and being able to get these guys on here. Now, the other thing that we have added to the map, or they have helped, they have added and helped me get, which is super exciting for me, is we now have alfalfa and clover on the map. So, with that being said, we are on day 1 of March, and we have to get our alfalfa and our clover planted, because I have changed up the ration mix for our cows, and it takes 2 bales, 1 of clover, 1 of alfalfa hay, both hay, clover and alfalfa hay, to be able to feed the cows, along with everything else to make the ration. But we have to get that started. Now, I'm going to jump into something a little bit different here, and we are going to try this out, and I want to lay out kind of my plan for what the fields and what our fields are going to look like for this year. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Alrighty, so this is a satellite picture of our farm. What we can do is we can go ahead and get rid of all of this stuff because, well, this isn't our farm, so this isn't really going to help us with anything. I want to kind of show you what we're working with this year and this year alone. You know, these plans will obviously change as the farm grows and we buy more land and things like that. And that's kind of what I want to do. I don't think I'm going to be buying much more of any of equipment or anything like that. I do have my ag bag that I have to purchase. And I really think that that's kind of the last piece of equipment that we have to do. I do want to buy a couple more beef cattle just because they do help bring in a decent amount of money. So we are going to look at that possibly too. So right now, this is what we have. We have these two little fields here. We have, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15 fields total. So one of the things we're going to need is we're going to need corn this year for our silage. So I figure with corn, we will go ahead and mark this in with orange. I think that'll be the best one. So I'm thinking this whole field here gets turned into corn this year. And then I'm thinking we do this field here with corn. They'll overlay a little bit, but that's not a big deal. We'll get the idea of what we want. And then both of our soybean fields we had down here last year, both of these will get turned into cornfields this year as well, which would give us 4 cornfields. So maybe we take this one up here, we can turn this one here into a cornfield. And then those 5 fields will all be for silage. Now, with the hammer mill, we need to have regular corn. So we're going to do that with yellow. I'm thinking this here will be a cornfield to create raw CCM. This field here will do with corn. And this field here we will do with corn as well. So the orange will be for silage. The yellow will be for what we're going to create the raw CCM out of. Now we have 2 different types of grasses. We have our alfalfa and we have our clover. So we'll do our clover first. And I'm thinking this strip right here, we definitely got a lot of bales off of that last year. I'm thinking that will be a clover field. And then our alfalfa field will be this one right here in the middle of everything. Just a slightly darker, is it? No, that's the same color. I didn't click the right thing. Do this. This is going to be the color for alfalfa. So this will all be alfalfa in here. And then soybeans, I guess we'll do in a bright yellow. These all here will be soybean. This here will be soybean. This here will be soybean. And this back here will be soybean. And this little field right here, I guess we can wait and see. If we feel like we're going to need more corn, we could do corn down here. It could be soybean. I don't think I'll make it another grass field. But we'll definitely try to figure out what we're going to put in there. Maybe because of what I cut out of this field here with the cows, maybe it would be a good idea we just combined these 2 fields and just make that one large field for next time. And then this will all be soybean down here. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing field-wise. Here's what we'll do. We'll do a little code up here for what each one represents. That'll be perfect. So we'll leave that up there. We'll do that, and then I think with that, that's a pretty solid plan. With crop rotation, I think that works out pretty well. But the other thing is we have to get all of our fields taken care of that were soybeans last year. So there's the list down the side. That's what each one represents. And then we'll go from there, I think. But what we'll do now is we'll make all of that go away. And now let's jump back into the game. Alrighty, welcome back. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit to kind of show you what we're doing on the farm for this year. As you can tell, our money is down a little bit. We did have to go down to the store because I had to buy a seeder. Our planter does not do grass, and we have to get our clover and alfalfa in. So we went down for $6,000 and we bought this Case IH 5100. And this is what's going to be doing our clover and our alfalfa for the year. We do have a worker that is up working on the big soybean field right now, getting that all taken care of and in the ground. That way that mulching is done. There you go, we got that working. So what we are going to do is we are going to get the clover in this field now, and then we'll move over and get the alfalfa in as well. I'm hoping all of this stuff works out. It is all kind of new, you know, like I mentioned earlier, for Schultz and Farmer Brown, with the help of getting these crops and the calves and all that stuff into the map. Truly appreciative of them. You know, really just helps take this map to the next level for me. I really enjoy this map, so being able to have that in here just continues my appreciation for this map and allows me to continue to want to play and grow this series. Now I'm hoping with our clover, this field I really do think is going to be big enough. I think last year we got 22 bales off of here of just grass. With one cutting, so I think that'll be the same come this year, and I'm hoping that we can get 2 or 3 cuts out of this to really help take care of everything that we need to. The alfalfa field I'm a little bit more nervous about. I don't know if I picked the right field for that, if it's going to be big enough, but I guess for us time will tell. And if we have more alfalfa than we do clover, or if we have more clover than alfalfa, I guess, you know, we'll make do with what we got. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw up just a little montage for you guys of us getting this field planted. We're about 1 o'clock, so we should have enough time to get both fields done. And then I will bring you back once we move over to our alfalfa. bit before this last headland, and that is going to do it for our clover field. We're going to get over and move on to our alfalfa next. Now, the only problem I am seeing, and this is my mistake, as you can see, we came along here as we were planting and it ripped up some of the grass. I put in the new paint textures, but these fields were already separated by grass. But what I have to do is I have to come in and paint down the green texture and then put the grass on top of it. And then that means you can't plow it up, you can't, plant over top of it. So a lot of this stuff that I have already painted on, I'm going to have to come through and, I'm going to have to redo it all over again. So, unfortunately, I'll have to find time to do that in between videos because that does take a decent amount of time to do, and I'm not going to have time to do it right now. But that is our clover done and in the ground. Perfect. Alright, so we are going to refill everything. I'm probably not going to need more seed, but I am going to need some more solid fertilizer in here. And then we are going to head over and start working on the alfalfa. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, so we should have plenty of time for that. And it looks like my helper is blocked on course play, so I'm going to go free him up as well. So give me a few minutes on my end. It'll just take a second for you guys, and then I will bring it back in as we start on that alfalfa field. Alrighty, so we got that worker hopefully squared away. Won't have any issues with him again. And we are coming up here to take care of our alfalfa. Second look at this field, I realized we should be all right on the alfalfa. Field's a little bit bigger than what I thought it was going to be, so I am not too concerned about that. We should make out pretty well with the alfalfa as well as the clover, if not better with the alfalfa from the way it looks. So we are, like I said, now we're sitting at 4 o'clock. We're getting this stuff done. I think right around this part of the video, we're sitting at like 26, 27 minutes into the video. So I want to get and start to get all this wrapped up and move on with all of this. I think I'm going to probably end up getting those two little soybean fields over there that are directly in front of us. We'll do those on camera, get those done together in a video, and then, because in April is when we start planting our corn and soybeans, so I want to be able to get our corn. It's going to take all of April. Like, I already know that it's going to take all of April before we even get everything done. So hopefully, with that being said, we don't run into too many issues like we did last year, where our soybean is being harvested in the middle of a snowstorm, and we're losing out on bales because we really need to count on those bales. So what I'm thinking is we might start with the soybean first, get all of that planted, and then move over into the corn, because we don't need the bales off the corn. So if we can get the soybean harvested in like November, October time, and then worry about getting the silage corn and the raw CCM corn off the fields. If there's snow on the ground, it's not going to make a difference for us because we're not trying to collect any corn stalk bales or anything like that. So I will continue to work on this. I think I'll throw up another montage like we did for the clover. I really enjoy doing those. And then we'll come back and we will bring a close to this video. So sit back and enjoy another montage. Alrighty, so we got all our alfalfa in the ground. That field is now done and dusted. As you can see, I did have to go back and get some more seed, but not too big of a deal. I still have, I think, 2 bags left down here. But what I can do now, or what I have to do now, is I think I'm just going to park both of these in here for tonight. And I'll find a place for the seeder to get it put away, because tomorrow I'm going to have to hook up to the roller, and we're going to have to get those 2 fields completely rolled in as well. But I don't at the moment have anywhere to park this, so I think we'll just park that there. Turn the lights off. Turn our flashlight on. I would like to get some light up here. You know, just so we can see exactly what's going on, but I'm so excited, guys. I am so happy to have calves on here. And, you know, I have a new surprise when it comes to getting our new beef cattle in. I am still going to do that. I just need to get a little bit more prepared. I think I rushed it last time, and that really didn't help out. I just want to be more prepared for them because they do bring in a lot of money. I sold those at, I think it was like 36 weeks. And they brought in right around, no, it wasn't 36 weeks. It would have been about 18 months. Because it was under 2 years. So it was around 18 months, I believe. And they brought in $51,000 for those 36. I paid $200 or $300 a head and sold it for almost $1,300, $1,500, somewhere in there. So, you know, definitely worth it. We have the lettuce coming in and growing now. We have the honey down there. We'll jump into our production real quick, and you know, we'll take a look at all of that stuff there. So we of course have our corn silage, which we already mapped out. I do have 687 liters of that left, but that's not going to do anything. Our lime, we did get all of our stones crushed. We have 55,000 liters of that ready to go. Our lettuce still producing, still doing good. Everything is about half full, which isn't horrible. And I thought it was all full. It threw me off when that all dropped down, but half full. So I'll have to do, probably within the next 2 days, take another bag of seed down there and take a couple buckets of manure over and dump that in. This will be our hammer mill for our corn, to raw cornmeal or CCM. And obviously I don't have anything like that yet. And then for our dairy, which we did not get into to do today, so perhaps do need to get that unloaded. I think what I'll do is I'll do that off camera. I'll just grab a tractor, I'll load up the milk, and I'll move it over. It won't take me that long to do. Honestly, I think it'll be pretty easy. I'll just have to come in here. We'll get everything unhooked. We'll, just move it over to there. Maybe I should look at possibly running a pipe into this building, and it can automatically pump out over into here. But yeah, that butter's gonna be nice. That stuff's really gonna help out. But I think that is gonna do it for the video. We're coming up on 9 o'clock at night. Probably around 40-some minutes of this video, so I appreciate you guys so much. Leave a like, leave a comment down below, share the video. If you're not subscribed yet, maybe think about subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell so you never miss anything. Join me over on Facebook or Instagram. Don't use Instagram all that much, but I do post there every now and then. But Facebook, I'm on there regularly. If you want to join the Wiggums Discord, go ahead and send me a message on Facebook, and I will send you a link to that. But yeah, I think that'll do it. So thank you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And as always,